Hello YouTube, Wes here checking in with a brand new episode of the Vinyl Survivor. Once again, this is going to be sort of a fast and loose edition of the Vinyl Survivor. I've just got way too backed up with records that I've listened to that need to get through this process into the collection and filed away. So we're just going to go ahead and breeze through these. Not a whole lot of technical details on each one, just sort of a sharing with you what I thought of each one and whether they're going to be staying in the collection. So back to basics, quick and simple here. So first one I got here, piece of electronic music. This is done by Walter Sear. This is the copper-plated integrated circuit, early electronic music, early synthesizer music on Command Records. Really nice release on Command Records. Definitely dug hearing this, as I said, very early synthesizer kind of stuff. Does get a bit cheesy at times. There's some Beatles covers on here. Whenever it's a cover, it's usually not great. Whenever it's more of an original song, they're a lot better. It's kind of weird that they felt they had to do these sort of covers of pop songs of the time on these early electronic records, but it's always better when they do their own kind of thing and really take hold of the synthesizer and what it could do at the time. Pretty incredible. So this was really an enjoyable pickup. There's the Command Records ABC logo. All right, this next one is definitely a classic and a must-have of the early electronic genre. If you're into electronic music, this one's a must. This is Morton Subbotnik's Silver Apples of the Moon. Incredible album. As I said, very early synthesizer music. It can be a very tough listen, especially the first side is very tough to get through, but this is something that just sort of builds and builds and builds, and when it reaches its climax, it's just mind-bogglingly good. It's one of those things you just gotta wait for it, get through it, and it's awesome. Incredible synthesizer music, and definitely a classic of the genre. It's very cool that None Such Records told him do whatever you want, and he really did. He really did something out there. I'm sure it was a very tough listen in its day, as it is now, but definitely a classic and highly recommended. There's the None Such label. If you're into electronic music at all and you haven't heard this for some reason, go find it somewhere. Definitely a must-own. All right, moving on, another one for the National Geographic collection. This one's a little bit different. Most of them are themed around different areas of the world, different countries, and the music that's in the area. This is kind of more of a, I don't even know how to explain this one. This one's more of a soundscape kind of thing. It's just titled Wilderness Trail. I guess this is more just all about different trails, not just the Appalachian Trail, but sort of just trails, wildlife, wilderness trails in general. Just come with a pretty large poster here. Some liner notes. And then once again, the National Geographic label. And yeah, this just has sort of a woodsy, soundtracky kind of thing to it. It's hard to explain, but it's enjoyable, and I do collect these National Geographic records, so this one's staying in the collection. It's definitely, something I got to keep around. So enjoyable to listen to, good on a Sunday morning kind of thing, I would say. All right, here's something similar. This is from the Smithsonian Institute. They did their own series of records, I guess, as well. And this is music from the Age of Jefferson. So very, very early American music, I guess you could say. Pretty cool stuff, played with all the original styled instruments of the day. Talks about the music and the instruments, very similar to the National Geographic series. And yeah, this was an interesting listen. Definitely, not really something I really enjoy hearing. A lot of those sort of early, very, very plinky sort of sounding tunes, but it was a nice history lesson and enjoyable. And I'm going to be keeping this one around just for historical purposes. Yeah, there's a Smithsonian Collection label. As I said, very similar to the National Geographic releases as far as the detail and the sort of historical, sort of fun aspect of them. All right, moving back to some more early synthesizer music. This is everything you always wanted to hear on the Moog, but were afraid to ask for. So you got a lot of mostly classical, I guess it's all classical pieces done on the Moog synthesizer. So pretty nice. Classical definitely works better as far as doing a cover versus doing a pop song cover on the synthesizer. I think this works a lot better. So this was a nice listen, and yeah, Mike gave me this one as well. So thank you, Mike, again for this. It's on the Columbia Masterworks gray label. I guess these next few are from Mike. This next one is Walter Carlos, or Wendy Carlos's The Well-Tempered Synthesizer. More classical music done on synthesizer by Wendy. Good stuff. Definitely if you're into early synth stuff, you know Wendy Carlos's work well. This was a good one to have and an enjoyable listen. This might be on the Masterworks label as well. Not really much different to see there, that gray Columbia Masterworks label. Next up, we got a 12-inch single from Peter Gabriel for I Don't Remember. But this one's more of an EP. It's got Shosholoza, Biko remix version, and Jezit Comte de Flute, Here Comes the Flood. This is a Canadian pressing. Yeah, this was enjoyable. Charisma label. So yeah, definitely glad to have that one, and that is staying in the collection. Thanks again, Mike. Good one to have. Add to my Peter Gabriel collection. This next one, another one from Mike, and a cool one. Piece of music from William Orbit, who was known in the early sort of techno music scene. This is a group he did in the late 80s called Torch Song. This is their album Exhibit A. And it definitely gives you sort of those leanings of going into sort of a techno sound. Yeah, really dug hearing this one. It's cool listen. Is a gold stamp promo, and that's on the IRS label. So yeah, that's a recommended one, and that's staying in my collection. All right, next up, another piece of music from Mike, another gift. This is Bill Nelson with the Music That Whirls, Diary of a Talking Heart. This is kind of a, I guess you could put this in the new wave category. Really good 80s, early 80s music, late 70s, early 80s sort of sound to it. Really enjoyed this one as well. Good stuff. 2 LP set on this one. It comes with a bonus LP. Let's see if I can remember what this was. He did a soundtrack for a Beauty and the Beast thing, and that was a bonus LP that's included here. And then you have the sort of Love the Love That Whirls album. I definitely enjoyed hearing that. So there's the Love That Whirls inner sleeve, and then the Beauty and the Beast insert as well. Some nice liner notes on the music there. Yeah, really enjoyable music. Thanks again, Mike. Definitely that one staying in the collection as well. And lastly and not least, another gift from Mike. This is Steve Hillage with Fish Rising. Yeah, cool sort of prog rock kind of stuff here. Really good. Really peaceful. Yeah, really nice stuff. Definitely dug hearing this one. 1975 on Virgin Records. Really, really nice. So that's going to do it for this sort of express episode of the Vinyl Survivor. Hope you enjoyed it. All these records survived once again, all staying in the collection, all good stuff. Good thumbs up, so definitely recommended from me. Thank you for watching. Have a great day or great night, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.